Welcome to a new segment on my channel where I react to hate comments. First hate comment of the day. Why is it that every Taurus I've ever heard of or met is just honestly a terrible person? I'm a Taurus. Next comment says, why are you so jealous of Trisha? Yeah, you know what? You hit it right in the nail. Is that the expression? You hit the nail right in the face? You hit it right on, okay, I'm gonna Google it. Hit the nail on the head. Is that the expression? Okay, so apparently the expression is you hit the nail on the head. Okay, Eve M, you hit the nail on the head. Yes, I'm jealous of Trisha. That is exactly what's happening here. I'm jealous of her. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So James Charles is back on YouTube with this new video called An Open Conversation, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I swear now that Frenemies is over, everyone that got cancelled is coming back. But before we get into it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn your post notifications on. Alright, let's get into the tea. So James Charles came back to social media in a new Get Ready With Me video. He starts off by responding to comments that said he sounded robotic in his last Taking Accountability for Myself video and that it felt scripted. So he is doing a Get Ready With Me style video and accepts that people might think it's insensitive and that he's talking about such a serious topic in this way. But he wanted to be more authentic. He acknowledges that it was entirely his responsibility to be aware of who he was talking to.
My responsibility to be doing my due diligence and checking into the people that I was speaking to, and I failed to do that.
He said that he took time away from social media to hold himself accountable and reflect on his actions. I mean, he was still on social media, he just wasn't posting on YouTube, but whatever. James says that this was the worst and most important wake-up call of his life and expresses how embarrassing it was to have these explicit conversations leaked. After the infamous Bi Sister scandal, he felt he was able to vindicate himself with receipts in his No More Lies video. He says that he changed his behavior afterwards when it came to flirting and with dating guys. He says he feels bad that this new round of exposés made it look like he hadn't worked on himself or made any changes at all.
Behavior changed the way that I went about dating and flirting with guys. I worked on rebuilding my brand and my social media presence, and now 2 years later that this is happening again, even though the situations are not connected, even though it's a different thing, it really looks as though I have made no progress, I haven't listened, I haven't learned, and that sucks so much.
He says he let everyone down and made them look stupid, and he apologizes again. He acknowledges that the stories and accusations will follow him around for the rest of his life and career. Now, the moment that we were all waiting for, James says that while he will take accountability for what he did do, he feels justified in defending himself against things that he did not do.
But I also do think as creators, or not even really creators, as human beings, we should also be able to defend ourselves on things that we didn't do.
After he left social media, according to him, he felt as if people took advantage of that. He mentions a drama Twitter account that posted a thread detailing various accounts from young men who allegedly had a bad experience with him. Which, by the way, the drama channel that he was referring to is Def Noodles, who has pinned the thread on his page. According to Def Noodles, out of the 20 allegations that were compiled, there were only 2 corrections that needed to be made, including one TikToker who needed a clout pill so badly that they had no qualms making false allegations. He posted this saying, "Influencer apology of the day. TikToker who made false allegations that James Charles sent him inappropriate messages apologizes for faking allegations."
Hi guys, so I'm coming on to just apologise to absolutely everyone about the James Charles situation messaging, but it is fake and it was my stupid, irresponsible idea to even do that, to try and ruin someone else's career and try and gain clout in a way. But honestly, I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart, from the people that commented, from the people that shared, from the people that viewed, and just to people that even give me support. I am so sorry, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate, and I do deserve that, and I really don't care. I do deserve a lot of hate. I'm just on here to say I'm so sorry.
how can he even show his face on the internet right now? Like, I'm just so confused. I have secondhand embarrassment for him. The unfortunate situation is that even though false reports of crimes are somewhere between 2 and 10%, every bad faith false allegation costs real victims everywhere. It makes it more difficult to come forward, and it makes it easier for the to dismiss them. 63% of sexual assaults are never reported to begin with. Therefore, these types of false statements are detrimental to victims everywhere, and that guy really sucks. Like, what the what? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, James goes on to basically downplay the entirety of the conversation that he had.
Anybody, let alone my followers, to think that there are any victims of James Charles, let alone 20 victims of James Charles, because that is completely, unequivocally not true.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
He goes on to acknowledge the criticisms that people have regarding that he has done this multiple times. He was essentially casting a wide net in terms of dating in the hope of meeting someone, because a 5-minute conversation can't hurt. But he didn't realize that he was making himself accessible and could run into a lot of people who wanted to take advantage of him.
But at the same time, I wasn't realizing that that also increases my chances of finding somebody not great that doesn't want to talk to me for the right reasons and that might lie or take advantage of me.
James, sweetie, you weren't the one being taken advantage of here. James goes on to say that there is a pattern when people make videos on their dating experiences with him, real or fake, it'll go viral. He says he recognizes that he made mistakes and does regret making his desperation as public as he did online, because he felt that opened him up to being taken advantage of.
Now, when I posted my last video holding myself accountable, I mentioned that I was going to be taking a break from social media for a while and wouldn't be responding to anything. And quite a lot of people took advantage of my time away.
Like, I can empathize with the fact that having private messages publicly posted feels violating. However, and this is just my opinion, again, you knew the ages of some of these young men. Allegedly, you knew they were underage, allegedly, and you didn't seem to care. And here are some receipts from deaf noodles from people who've come out to speak against James. Multiple people saying that James never asked for their age. Person even said that James would ask him for nude pictures of his body or just pictures of his body right after he told him he was 16. You tried to gaslight your way out of these conversations in order to not be publicly exposed, and you put so much emphasis on the minority of the false screenshots and the anything can be faked narrative, which effectively downplays the validity of the real ones that you previously admitted to. Just my opinion, don't come for me. He says although he was not guilty of what he was accused of, he's not trying to victim blame or victimize himself. He said he was not innocent in general and had a lot of changes that he needs to make. James acknowledges that he isn't putting screenshots because, quite frankly, he doesn't have them all that would be necessary to prove his innocence.
I know that I kind of became known for that after No More Lies, but that was such a different situation where I had months and months worth of texts and DMs that I could super easily pull together a timeline and prove my innocence. Whereas in these situations, for the ones that were real at least, these interactions lasted for 5 minutes, an hour, a few days at maximum, and I just wasn't sitting there taking photos of everything that was being said. There's always going to be a group of people that refuse to believe it because the narrative and the drama and the tea is simply more fun and more entertaining.
According to him, these were all short-lived conversations and he wasn't focused on screenshotting the conversations, which I do kind of understand. Okay, I guess. James tries to explain his previous mindset and apology video by saying that in addition to apologizing, coming back after reflecting and explaining what he did wrong and why it's so important. He explains how he wanted to live this Hannah Montana fantasy. Basically, his naivety is the reason that he was with minors, I guess, allegedly.
Where I could be James Charles, the internet persona beauty guru during the day, but then later on I could wipe my makeup off, get in normal clothes, and talk to people on Instagram DMs or on a dating app, or even hang out with somebody and have them see me as James Dickinson. And looking back now, I am so angry with myself that I was ever this delusional to think that it was possible.
He says he's been checking IDs and that he stopped flirting with straight guys and allowing himself to be a science experiment. He details how he's been on sketchy dates and was even assaulted at one point.
I've even been in situations where I had a guy over and I asked him to leave because he made me uncomfortable and he hit me, which was horrifying. But I learned from that and I now never have anybody over without my roommates being home. God forbid anything happens.
That is absolutely terrible and no one deserves to be treated that way. Personally, I do hope that he has changed. I do hope that he's safe and not in mortal danger, you know? James acknowledges the criticisms people had when it came to using certain apps to eliminate the possibility of DMing with someone who is underage and or sketchy dudes who leak conversations. He says that his account was banned on both Hinge and Tinder for catfishing as himself. He says he had Raya, which is a famous people dating app, but claims a few of his conversations from there also ended up online. He acknowledges the people saying give up and date a celebrity by saying there are just not a lot of queer famous men his age around and single in LA.
Trust me when I say I would literally love nothing more. Oh my God, if that option were on the table, trust me, it would have been taken a long time ago. The problem is the list of 20 to 25-year-old queer men that are also in the public eye with a large following is just really small.
James ends this video by talking about his vaccine experience and encouraging people to get the vaccine if they can. He talks about his birthday party, and finally he talks about showing more of his personal life in his videos and the other things that he's interested in.
Of course, I still want everybody to be able to watch and enjoy my content, so don't worry, there's not gonna be like any crazy drastic changes, but I really was just thinking, like, if I'm working on, you know, allowing people to see me for who I am and not just James Charles, I should be doing the same thing on my social media platforms with you guys as well, and I'm really looking forward to showcasing a lot more of my personal life with you guys.
Essentially, it sounds like his goal is to be more authentic on his YouTube channel. This video is getting kind of like mixed responses. While a lot of people are still critical of James, the like ratio on this video is mostly positive and the comments on his videos are mixed. One user commented, "Me trying to fill the word count for an essay." Another user said, "It's really hard to believe what he says. Me explaining to my parents why I failed online school." Someone else said, "Why are there so many likes? Are you guys crazy or something? Memory loss? It's insane how much people will still praise you with all the shit that you did." And lastly, one user said, "Hot tip, stop looking for love. You're so young. I don't know why there's such a rush. When you stop looking, it'll come." I'm not sure how there were so many thumbs ups on the video, but like no positive comments. I genuinely had a hard time finding a single positive comment. I don't know if like James supporters were like scared to speak out. I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think about all of this? I'm really curious to know, so leave a comment down below. And to end off the video, here's this.
Me the f out. After I saw that music video side by side, I had panic attacks that night because, like, okay, Trisha does. You literally studied my music video and practiced, bitch. You practiced in the mirror. Like, you're copying my movements. You copied my lighting. You copied the color schemes. You copied my exact hairstyle. Dude, what the fuck? That's so fucking strange that you would do that. Why? And you said, dude, I'm obsessed with you. You're trying to be me. Why are you sitting there watching my movement? Like, you literally were copying my mannerism.
I'll talk to you guys next time. If you liked this video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every single day. All right, bye.